2010 video podcast series. My name is Noor Salam Khan and I have a very prominent personality with me who is the chairman and managing director of TVS Capital Funds Limited, Mr. Gopal Srinivasan. Welcome to the show, Mr. Gopal Srinivasan. We have collected the questions across the globe through the Connect 2010 blog, and we have come up with around 5 or 6 questions, and we'll be asking on the behalf of people who are unable to connect to the Connect 2010 event. The first question which they posted was the green, being a part of the financial services company, what are the steps, green initiative steps taken by TVS Capital Funds Limited?
First of all, it's good to be here. I think Connect is a very important forum, and I'm glad that you're doing this important initiative of connecting virtually those who can't be here, which is fantastic. I think green is very important, and green business models are very important in everything that we do. Honestly, I think in the retail and FM and the consumer front in India, it's still very nascent. We haven't really seen too many business models where they're able to either focus on green or monetize green. So I mainly see green today in 2 areas. One is in the area of power. There's a lot of alternate energy generation, and there seems to be an accepted belief in the industry that really investment in smaller plants which are in traditional carbon-based fuels will not last, and it must be an alternate energy. The second thing, of course, we're seeing is a lot of green in the sense of water. If you say it's one step away from green, a lot of investments in water purification. These are the 2 things we're really seeing right now.
So being a part of Connect 2010, which is basically the ICT, the Information Communication and Technology, so how do you see Web 2.0 leveraging different sectors across the globe?
I know, to me really Web 2.0, all of these expressions to capture in some sense a current set of technologies. So I think Connect is basically a showcase to bring out the very large potential of the state of Tamil Nadu for ICT. I see ICT as information,
communication and technology,
consumer and telecommunication technology. So I see the ICT technology a little bit more macro in that sense. That's actually the original definition. It is information, consumer and telecommunication technologies. That's how it was invented. So I think ICT is very strongly alive in Tamil Nadu. It's a very unique state. We produce nearly the same amount of software service output in Tamil Nadu as we do hardware. No other state in India actually does that. So if there is an ICT state in India, it's actually Tamil Nadu. Because we have $10–12 billion roughly of hardware and about $10–12 billion roughly of software industry. So I think it's a state with great strengths, and I really think that what Connect provides is an opportunity for people to bring out newer and newer aspects. The unique thing about Connect has been that many thought ideas which have led to the development of the industry have actually emanated from Connect forums, starting with the concept of the cities, basically the development of the entire OMR as a work and live place, starting with that concept, starting with tier 2 development of ICT, starting with giving focus to hardware as an important industry. Many of these ideas have actually been born in Connect, including the ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, the ICT, ACT, which today is active, was actually born in Connect. So we have, and the City Connect, which is a city improvement initiative, was actually also born in Connect. When Deputy Chief Minister Stalin and Chief Minister Karnanidhi actually launched it. So we really think Connect is a thought incubation for cross policies and hotbed.
Yeah, so that's really fantastic. Talking like you are in the business of financial services.
I am in the business of growth equity.
So
service is too broad.
Yeah. So how do you see a research and innovation in your particular field?
We are a growth equity fund, so actually we invest in companies which are post investment, post proving of technology. My own sense is that basically there's a lot of new companies coming in India, including in Tamil Nadu, which are coming out of the large 4 walls of the large companies. If you take companies like Cognizant or TCS, collectively they employ 70,000 people in Tamil Nadu, mainly Chennai, Coimbatore. As these professionals grow in experience, in age, their ambitions get fulfilled through entrepreneurship. So they're coming out of these companies and setting up businesses, or they're coming back from America and setting up businesses, Singapore or Europe or wherever. So I really believe a lot of new technology is happening, and it's the initiative like IIT's new research park. Another good initiative which gives a platform for such talented and aspirational professionals to start their companies. I think you will see a lot of things happening. Right now it's a little bit more on software services and consumer internet is what you're seeing in Chennai. But I'm quite sure that like we saw the wonderful innovation of Professor Zunjunwala and Midas, I'm sure more such things will emerge.
Yes. So you talk about the entrepreneurship. So how do you see at the market front, like how many people are initiated to go for entrepreneurship and come up with their own ventures? So what is the trend right now in India?
Clearly in India, the story of India is a story of entrepreneurship. It's a company. If you look at a brand today in India that you can relate to, it's probably first generation entrepreneur. Just look at the Indian Sensex or BSE 50. Nearly 50% of the revenues come from entrepreneur-driven businesses, either first or second generation. Think of the three people you think of in India as great business leaders. Who do you think of? You think of maybe a Ratan Tata, you think of a Sunil Bharti Mittal, you think of a Shiv Nadar, or you think of family businesses here, you think of, even if I say so myself, a TBS or a Murugappa. So India is still...
Mr. Gopal Srinivasan from Infosys.
We have Mr. Narayan Murthy and this whole team from Infosys. We have Azim Premji, a second generation entrepreneur. So in India, I don't think we have to worry about entrepreneurship. I think it's very much there in our, it's there in our ethos from the beginning. We are the only, to make a lighter point on a very serious issue, it's the only country where the job of the entrepreneur and the businessman has been institutionalized in society in something called a caste system. Caste system by itself is a very irrelevant and system which should be dismantled. But it's interesting that we actually created a caste for businessmen. So I think we recognize the importance of entrepreneurship several thousand years ago. Don't worry about entrepreneurship in India. Just give more power to the private sector and give them the runway to take off. And as you've seen telecom transform from 1990, where it was a 1 year waiting list for a phone, to 2010 where there are 20 people chasing you for a phone.
So Mr. Gopal Srinivasan, concluding remarks about from your side to the young Indians.
India is full of opportunity. I think it's the best place you could ever be. Don't let the negative stuff about infrastructure or governance even bother you. Your duty as a young entrepreneur is to realize your dreams. Just go right after it. There's plenty of money, plenty of talent available. In fact, every constraint in India is actually an opportunity for innovation. What you're seeing with companies like Micropacks is exactly that. They reached out to whom? The aspirations of young Indians by giving them phones at prices which they can afford, but with features that they never thought they could afford. So India is an aspirational society, and I think every entrepreneur has a duty to go and build. And I just want, the last thing I would really like to say is, if there's one thing we must remember, the freedom fighters of today are today's entrepreneurs. They are the nation builders, and therefore we should give them the respect that they deserve, and we should also give them the sympathy they deserve, because theirs is a hard life to make this country great.
So those were the really fruitful thoughts from Mr. Gopal Srinivasan. It was nice talking to you, sir, and a pleasure of part of the video podcasting series of 2010. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, and keep up this great initiative.
Yeah.